You know, before we went on the road rally, we know if we finish the road rally, we're going to get 100 points. We're down 2 points. If we get ahead of them by anything,
Well, absolutely, just any little piece.
even if we're ahead by 2 points, we're back to even. And I was telling the guys, yeah, we got beat on the autocross by a lot. But the bottom line is we only got 1 point less than the winner did. So we're only down 1 point there. We got beat by a little bit on the speed stop. We're still only down 1 point there. We're only 2 points down to leading this event. Just spent a whole freaking 3 weeks building this car and making it better in design. So if we do well in design and engineering, hey man, we could be in the hunt here and it all could come down to the road course. We better hope we're ahead of them by 3 points on design. And then we'll tie, and then we'll win if we finish second in the road course. In my mind, we should do significantly better in design and engineering than we did in New Jersey. We got 75 points in New Jersey. And I walked up there and I said, so how'd we do? And Brian Hobaugh looked at me and said, wow. My expectation level was honestly 85 points. So I think it hit my expectation. I was kind of hoping that it might get 90, 88, 91, you never know. I thought I did a pretty good sales job on the judges. 83 points. That means I spent about $1,500 a point. I've kind of sat back on my laurels with our Camaro in how I present it. I do my walk around, my presentation, and in the past that's just been good enough. But I think it's become obvious that you need to step it up and do a better job of presenting your car these days. We've got a lot of technology out there. We've got iPads, we've got Bluetooth audio. There's a lot of things that you can do without throwing tons of money at the car to enhance your presentation to do that. And the next race that we show up with this car, we'll have a better presentation and hopefully we'll get better scoring out of that car. This is our first Roval, and really in the past, like at Michigan and different places, we've had cone chicanes put in place for safety. We don't have that here, and it's great. You can run the course the way it was designed to be run.
Just the passion of coming out here, the need for speed. You know, Ken said it, we were talking yesterday, and Ken goes, hey, you know, it's not worth trying if you can't die doing it.
The trickiest part of this racetrack is definitely the Roval. It's definitely the most dangerous. It definitely takes the most guts to take fast.
Everybody says you got to be smooth, but that's not always the case. But somebody who's willing to take some chances, put it out on the line, dance the car around a little bit. You know, people like Ken and I.
We're pulling 1.3 Gs around that corner, which is pretty much at the limit for a street tire. So you're really pulling a lot of Gs. You're really hauling around that dude. And you're really getting a lot of speed coming off the corner.
And that's when you really decide how much you want to push it, because that wall, as you're exiting, you know, back down that back straight, starts coming up to the passenger side pretty quick. And one of the laps I said, you know what, I'm just going to leave it flat foot as soon as I turn into this thing, and I did. Then I get it out to the exit, and I go, why is my car so much louder than it normally is? And I look over, and the wall's like a foot away from my passenger mirror, and oh, that's why.
You make up so much time in that corner. You're in that corner for so long, and you're going so fast. If you don't get on the gas, you're not going to make any time. So you have to attack that corner and go as hard as you can, just on the ragged edge. And your heart's in your throat. You're going through there over 100 miles an hour. The wall's right there. The hump spits you up towards the wall. It's got your heart in your throat, man. It's a challenge, and it's exciting. First session in the books, we ran a 101.3, which is as fast as we went all day last year. So first session out, second lap, bang. Today, you know, was a great day for us. We really got an education on the Evo. I was trying to pick up the throttle early so the turbo would spool up, so when I did get pointed out, it would pick it up. But I think it's faster to put it in second and grab third on your way up the bank. This is serious. If you can cut course, you cut course. You drive over those berms. I mean, hey, it's part of the road. And you do whatever you can to get the best time. The shortest way is a straight route. And if you have to drive over the top of a curb and it's not going to tear your car up, that's what you got to do.
You know, sometimes the shortest path you can make, especially cars with horsepower, you try and straighten it out as much as you can, get pointed straight. Sometimes that's all over the berms, 2 tires, 4 tires, airborne, whatever it takes.
He's legit, man. Car is fast, he's fast. It doesn't matter what he's doing. Speed stop, autocross, road course. He's got all the tools.
I want to be staged at the front the whole day. So I always go warm the tires up and then just go for broke those first 2 or 3 laps, try and get a good flyer and be at the front the rest of the day, and then you can kind of control the speed of everything from then on. And I like being the mouse, because I like being chased. I think I can push it a little bit harder when I'm being chased, and I tend to go faster when I am being chased. Not that I'm driving in the mirror or anything, but you glance up and see that you're putting a little more gap, a little more gap, a little more gap, and it's reassuring.
It's funny how the drivers all come in and talk about the bump here in the middle of between turn 1 and 2 on the Roval section of this racetrack.
It's a pretty good bump.
It literally knocks my foot off the throttle when I hit it.
And it's a huge bump that's been created by the tunnel that they dug underneath the track to get all the transporters and traffic through.
When you go over that bump, your lateral G's, the accelerometer gets messed up. It goes from 0.9 to 1.8 G's lateral.
That's a 1 G.
It moves the car over about 4 feet. This is a Corvette that had gone faster than me, and we were kind of battling for position, second and third in GTL, and he was trying hard, I'm trying hard, I'm right behind him, I'm trying to draft him even, maybe he'll tow me down the straightaway, and so, I guess we were trying a little too hard. I've been down this road before, and you just have to get out of the throttle and wait for him to stop.
Car pushed really bad in the low-speed stuff, which is time-wise probably over half of the lap time. So what that means is the car doesn't want to turn, and so that means once it starts to turn, you can then pick the throttle up and start accelerating.
And I tried a couple of different things on a couple of different laps, and a couple of times it was slower. Tried running a little bit higher, entering the Roval and going through it and then turning in later, and I could accelerate more, and I picked up 3 or 4 tenths here and there.
You're carrying a lot of speed down the front straightaway, and then you brake slightly for the turns 1 and 2 on the Roval, and you're really trying to carry as much speed as you can so you get down the back straight fast.
Throw out the parachute, because it's like, oh God, we're not gonna make it. No, I'm like bang, 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 cramming every gear I can to get down to second, dump the clutch and let everything I have to slow the car down.
You're really flying down there. I think we were doing 130 plus, and that turn comes up pretty quickly. And most of the time I didn't have too much to spare. Except for one lap, I didn't have enough to spare, and I had to go straight off the track. I ran out of room, ran out of road, and it just would not get woed down in time. My apologies to my other cohorts on their qualifying efforts. Sorry I screwed you up, but hey, I was going for it. Well, we left nothing on the court after this one. I mean, we tried and tried and tried and tried to improve. I flogged that car all weekend, and it's still together, and they're driving it on the trailer. So, that says a lot. I've been racing the Camaro for the last 3 years, and you know what? We broke that car almost every race this year, and it did not happen today. We ended up second overall of the whole field. Rich Willoff has won the whole thing, but we came in second. We get an invite to Vegas with the Evo, so we'll take it. So I'll tip my hat to the Evo. We make that sucker a little faster, and it might be something to contend with.